my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Ridley Scott's Blade Runner. I got a haircut, I got a nice shave, and I'm back and I'm ready to talk about this movie. I've already seen Blade Runner 2049. We watched it last year in my film class, but I never saw the original, so I had no idea what was going on the whole time. So now I finally watched the original, I can watch 2049 again. I'm excited to see how my perspective changes on that, but we're not talking about Blade Runner 2049 today. We're talking about the original. This was an amazing movie. I loved it. It was great. Ridley Scott's version of 2019 was not very accurate to what it actually is, obviously, but his version was a lot cooler than what we're actually living. He built an amazing world on screen, and I just loved looking at just all the shots of the city, just the environment. It was great to look at. The cinematography obviously is a highlight. There's just a bunch of amazing shots. Everything is like neon. All the streets have a bunch of beautiful neon lights. There's just epic, grand, huge shots of just skylines, buildings. Like one of the first shots of the entire movie is just of a giant building, and I went, wow, that is pretty cool. The effects held up very well too. For being made a little under 40 years ago, it held up extremely well. Everything looked fantastic. Nothing looked really fake or outdated. It all held up very, very well, and that was very cool. One problem I had with the movie, though, is as much of an awesome character Deckard was to watch, he was a great, cool guy to watch him do his thing the entire movie. He had very little characterization. I spent the entire movie with him, and I hardly know anything about the guy, you know? Except that he used to be a Blade Runner, and now he wasn't, and now he is again. Really, other than that, that's pretty much all you get. And for spending the entire movie with him, we really know nothing about the guy. So I wish there was a little bit more characterization to Deckard. I loved the idea of the replicants. They were very, very cool. They're a terrifying idea to think about. Like if that was real, man, that would be over for us. That's some creepy, crawly, crazy stuff. And especially the one guy. I don't know anybody's name. I forget everything. But the main villain, the guy that looks like Daniel Craig, the villain at the end. He's a truly creepy, terrifying guy. He was a great villain. I loved him. Just the entire finale of the game of cat and mouse between him and Deckard, chasing each other, pretty much just a battle to the death between them, was fantastic. I was on edge the entire time. It was very suspenseful, just breaking Deckard's fingers, and I was just like, ugh. That was a, all in all, the entire sequence was just fantastic to watch. The ending was very abrupt. After it ended, I went, oh, it's over. And I did a little bit of research afterwards. I got a bit more grasp of the importance of the unicorn. Obviously, it's pretty important. It's the freaking picture on this thing. I looked it up a little bit, did my research, symbolism, you know, metaphors, and I got it, but I understood it by the end, but it was just very abrupt. I don't have a problem with abrupt endings, but man, it was really just out of nowhere. I was just, wow, it's over. So that's the small problem I have. I kind of like it, but I kind of don't. I'm kind of half and half on the ending, whether I like it or not. Probably the biggest plus in the movie, the score, phenomenal. Just such a great score. I could see myself just kicking back, playing some video games, listening to that score, which I don't ever do with soundtracks, but this one is just so great. It's very synthy. It reminded me a lot of Uncut Gems. That's very similar scores, very synth scores in Blade Runner. A+ top tier score. I loved it. That's about all I have to say for the movie. Overall, it was a great time. I loved it. It was a great movie. Can't wait to watch 2049 again and see what I think about it now that I actually understand what's going on. Had a few problems with the movie, but nothing too crazy. It was a great watch. At the end of the day, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. And that's about all I have to say for the movie. Next, I'm watching Brokeback Mountain, so look forward to that review. If you liked the video, then like the video, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace out, bow.